So let me explain why this is the best bug-proof hammock I've used. You can see that it actually has stays built into it. These are kind of like little fiberglass rods built into the hammock. And that means that you don't have a separate canopy. Now, I reviewed a bunch of these anti-bug, kind of mosquito-proof hammocks before, and the way they always work is the canopy, the mesh canopy, needs to be held up with pieces of paracord. So you end up hanging your hammock, you hang your whole hammock, and then you've got paracord going to a tree up above. So with a lot of bug-proof hammocks, you end up with this really annoying thing where you hang your actual hammock, but then your mesh is completely collapsed. Then you need to hang a separate section of paracord in order to get that mesh up. So you don't have that with this guy. The full setup is just hanging your hammock, and once you have it clicked in, these stays end up holding the mesh up over your body. Now, I'm not gonna pretend that my best night's sleeps out have been in hammocks. No way. I prefer sleeping on the ground in a tent. Sleeping in a hammock means kind of maintaining one position. If you can get a really nice stretch, like a really nice flat layout like I have right here, you end up being pretty comfortable. You gotta have a bug cover if there are bugs, and you gotta have some insulation underneath you. All right, now let me show you one problem with this setup. This hammock comes with these nylon ropes to tie it up, and these invariably will stretch, and I'll just show you that stretch. It's kind of crazy. The hammock right now is set up about 4 feet off the ground. I'll just get into it and you'll see what happens. So the way to solve that is to get some nylon hanging straps, and I'm just going to take this into my loft and hang it inside using what are called gorilla straps, and I'll just show you that you get much less stretch. And then to pack this thing down, you have these big old loops. You can kind of take the loops and turn them into a smaller circle, and the whole thing goes in this kind of built-in integrated stuff sack. They usually end up in kind of like a round bag, but this one is just a little bit on the flat side, because you have those stays built into it. And instead of having to tie like a bowline knot around your tree or your post or whatever for your hammock, you just loop this around the tie point, the anchor point, and then click on with your carabiner. I got my second strap, and I will click in here, and then I'm just going to tighten up the other end. So like I said before, sleeping in a hammock is not my favorite thing to do. It's just because you can't change your body position that much. If it's cold, you'll get cold from the bottom unless you have a pretty good insulating pad. But with really wet ground, muddy ground, as long as you have trees, it's a really great setup. I'll show you how this guy maintains its shape a lot better with these nylon straps, just because they don't stretch. The only thing that kind of sucks about this hammock is that the zipper is not perfect. It definitely needs a better zipper. So that's how this bug mesh hammock works. Gives you a ton of room up here, and is, I think, a little bit warmer in here just because of the bug mesh than with the full breeze, but it's really lightweight and pretty comfy. For a hammock. I wouldn't say it's the most comfortable thing in the world to lie in one of these for 8 hours, but it can be nice to be up off the ground. I have a link down in the description to this actual hammock on Amazon. The one downside in this particular model is the zipper, which is a little bit sticky. You might have seen me struggling with it. It's just not the smoothest zipper ever. It just catches just a little bit, but so far it's been working out okay. Like I said, if you're looking for a mosquito-proof hammock, you've got to get one with these built-in stays. They're just way, way better than having to tie up your mosquito netting.